Good morning, family. Welcome to Morning Delight. Today's Thursday, August 3rd. Let's begin by welcoming and greeting our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chanjin, Cham Pumanimge, Kyungbe. Hara. Now for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 효통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now let's take a few moments to share our gratitude, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Opening prayer. Prayer. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Ayaka-san, could you please pray for us today?
Okay, thank you. Let's pray. Dearest Heavenly Parents, we are truly grateful to you this morning to have a new morning with you. Grateful to see brothers and sisters through Morning Delight, this Zoom meeting. We are truly amazed these days, wherever you are, we can be on time, same place, all over the world, and participate and share your heart, your love. Truly that we are living with the grace and living with the embrace of you and with our true mother in this time. May you really bless this morning gathering, morning devotion, morning delight in New York, centering on Milhan Stevens. We would like to offer our heart and mind, our dedication, our devotion through this morning devotion. May you bless each one of us. May you bless each one of our members who couldn't participate or who is keep a little distant from us. We pray, Heavenly Parents, that your will to be fulfilled and our heart to be open every day to your heart. Be sensitive about true mothers desire, true mother's wish, and what revealed in her heart to save all humankind in this time. Heavenly Parents, I ask you your guidance from beginning to the end, to a speaker or a listener or a discussion, everything to be the beginning to offer our life collectively together, centering on you. We ask your blessing and thank you. I both this to you in our name. Yoganaya Kohelat, bless Central family. Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you, Oyako-san. Now we can take a few more to share our gratitude. Be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Reverend Beryl Green, would you like to share with us today?
Good morning, beautiful. Hey, thank you, Dr. Kathleen.
Good morning.
Okay, so I just want to say I'm grateful to God and your parents just to wake up and know that I'm alive in this time and age. Because it's a beautiful age, whether we believe it or not, because we get a chance to work with our beloved true mother and to change things, to change the status quo. You know, I am grateful for, the word, because this morning I was listening to, the Champa McGill, and, when I was listening to the words, it's like two parents set out the word, true father, true mother, they set the word out as to how to bring victory over communism and to do all these things. It's there. And if we read the word, we can see clearly, because like we are reading True Mother's words this morning, every morning, and we see clearly the pattern, so I'm grateful for the word. I'm grateful for the time we're living in. I'm grateful for morning devotion, delight. I'm grateful for my pastor, and I'm grateful for you, Sister Kathleen, and every brother and sister on this line. Because we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Thank you, Sister Jean.
Thank you, Beryl. We're grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, brothers and sisters, now it's time for our Gottable reading. We're reading from True Mother's memoir, The Mother of Peace. Pastor Milhan.
Okay, Kathleen, we're going to jump right into it today because we have a musical offering later on. So again, Yuka-san. So let's begin.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Alison Hiroto. The New Age centers on womanhood. At the end of May in 2016, the United Nations hosted its Education for Global Citizenship Conference in Gyeongju, South Korea. The UN Secretary-General and more than 4,000 representatives of non-governmental organizations, NGOs, from 100 nations came together and held discussions on how to create a brighter world. At that conference, the UN selected the Women's Federation for World Peace to be a part of the discussions as one of the small number of NGOs with consultative status, in recognition of its genuine and wide-ranging activities for peace over the years. It seemed as if just a few days had passed since the Women's Federation was taking its first steps to establish itself in the world. In that moment, WFWP's spirit of peace and service, which we had practiced with devotion throughout the world, shone brightly. The inception of the Women's Federation traces back to 1991. In September of that year, some 7,000 women, including the wife of the Japanese Prime Minister, came together in Tokyo, Japan, to inaugurate the Women's Federation for Peace in Asia. As the founder, I gave a speech entitled, "The True Love Movement, Bringing Salvation to Asia and the World." The next year, I gave a speech to 50,000 people in the Tokyo Dome, a crowd that had gathered with only 15 days' notice. I spoke with passion burning deep within, and many hearts were moved. The following April, 160,000 women from 70 countries gathered in Seoul. 4,000 buses created a traffic jam downtown as they conveyed these crowds to the main Olympic Stadium. This tremendous number of women leaders had come to participate in the proclamation of the era of women. The Women's Federation for World Peace was born on that day. This was not to be just one more women's organization, but a mirror reflecting this new age. My speech that day provided a compass to guide humankind out of the world of war, violence, and conflict, and into the ideal world of one human family led by men and women in harmony, overflowing with love and peace. Over months following that event, I traveled the world to encourage women leaders and launch a true women's movement that could win the hearts of both men and women. I joyfully met with leaders from all walks of life, and we held women's conferences successfully all over the world. Until now, neither men nor women have known the true value of womanhood. As a result, men have not approached women with authentic appreciation. To break that mold, women in modern times have campaigned to advance their rights and achieve liberation from past restrictions. They have, for the most part, taken a position of complaint against men and channeled their energy into political movements to change laws. With a different perspective, I launched the Women's Federation for World Peace as a movement to awaken women to their true value and help them embrace men and develop themselves in partnership with men. To be a clear mirror that reflects this age, each woman first needs to be clear and pure within herself. Each needs to find the indomitable power within that is necessary to overcome self-centeredness. She needs to become a true daughter who attends her parents with filial piety, and a true wife who completes her husband with fidelity and devotion. Moreover, she needs to become a true mother who raises her sons and daughters with love and dedication. She needs to form a family of true love that attends God. God will raise up such true women as leaders on the path to world peace. A mother's hand soothes a stomachache. "Mommy, my stomach hurts." When a child complains of stomachache, his mother lays him on her lap and rubs his tummy without a single word. Her hands may be gnarled and rough, but in a few moments, the child feels better. This may be a simple approach, but it is a practice based on love. We all dimly remember our mother's warm touch. This is the very touch with which I long to embrace all of humankind as Mother of the Universe and Mother of Peace. As we know from our own experience, a mother hears her child's cry very clearly, and she has no thought but to quickly run to her child. This is because a mother's love and attention are directed solely towards her children. A mother will walk through a fiery pit without hesitation to save her child. Koreans often pray for Chongbok, which means living in happy contentment, even without possessions or power. Health is most important for our happiness. We have a saying, if you lose your possessions, you have lost little. If you lose your reputation, you have lost a lot. But if you lose your health, you have lost everything. Taking these words very seriously, I have long pondered over the secret of good health. It is not easy for anyone to live their entire life without ever getting sick. During my early life, I saw many people suffering from malnutrition or whose lives were broken by injury or disease. At age 16, when I entered St. Joseph's Nursing School, I felt joy and pride, knowing I had found exactly what I needed to do. However, in taking on the mission of the Mother of Peace, I had no choice but to put that vocation aside. While traveling around the world, I saw many children who could have become healthy if they had better care. Some lost their sight. Some had limbs amputated because they could not be treated in time. This pain remains as a deep knot in my heart. I want to be the mother who can embrace all people who are ill, physically and spiritually. When we injure a toe, we feel the pain throughout our entire body. As the mother of one family under God, I feel the pain of each person as my own pain. Having fallen ill myself in countries not my own, I know what it means to be a foreigner in need of medical care. Thus, it was with great joy and satisfaction that Father Moon and I decided to realize the dream I had when I attended nursing school. We established an international hospital in Korea where all people can receive expert spiritual and physical care and feel a mother's touch. When we get sick, from the depth of our hearts, we yearn for our mother's warm touch. However, our mother is not always near us. To provide a mother's touch, after receiving permission to build in 1999, we opened the Chongshim International Medical Center, now called the H.J. Magnolia International Medical Center, in 2003. It overlooks Chongpyeong Lake, where the waters are clear and the mountains are beautiful. The medical center is not a typical hospital. Beyond providing excellent standard treatments, we focus on the true meaning of health. Health does not simply mean having a sturdy body. An original human being has mind and body united in harmony. Thus, unification medical science is based on the principles of truth and the spirit of love. The H.J. Magnolia International Medical Center is the first facility to develop and implement this new model. Doctors and nurses from various nations take care of patients with a motherly heart in the midst of beautiful natural surroundings, which are heaven's gifts. They are answering a question that has been neglected until now. Does faith in God truly enhance our health? The answer to this question is not difficult. For good health, the harmony of our mind and body is an important agent of healing, and faith is what allows us to realize that harmony. The H.J. Magnolia International Medical Center not only uses state-of-the-art medical techniques, but it is also the first full-scale hospital to integrate spiritual healing in the prevention and treatment of disease. Behind this are my prayers for the physical and spiritual salvation of all people, so that none may be orphans. We must take care of our health when we are healthy. Most of the time, we tend to ignore that simple fact. In our busy lives, we can easily forget to take care of our mind and body. God gave us the blessing to be fruitful. That means to have spiritual, psychological, and physical health. The mission of H.J. Magnolia International Medical Center is to enable people to achieve that joy.
Thank you for listening to Godable. Visit motherofpeacebook.com to purchase the
Thank you, God, for parents, for these words today. This is a very motherly episode, talking about the Women's Federation for World Peace and its origins, and then talking about the importance of health and the kind of health that your mother, mother's touch and concern, mother's constant concern for your health. I remember when I first took a close look at mother's leadership, especially after my parents joined Sanctuary Church, and I had to really go deep in my heart and realize and be clear that my conscience was on the right path, and I was studying Mother, and all I saw was genius. I saw real insight, foresight about how we're going to make a real family of peace. And I'll never forget the first thing she did, you know, with everything going on, all the craziness, the storms raging, and she had us dancing, bounce. Does everybody remember Bounce? There was this like popular Korean song that came out called Bounce, and she had people dancing. She had the leaders, the youth, everybody just doing this little hop skip thing. I was in Las Vegas, and I remember seeing all these leaders in suits just like, you know, putting their hands up like this and just bouncing. And what I saw was Mother's love for us, that we all are children of God, and we are all, you know, we need to take care of our health. It may be a little bit corny looking, but it's important, and it's good to laugh. And you know, I saw Mother introducing Heaven G Burger, and people just laughing. Just really, this is the new culture. And I say it because one older second gen brother, the only way he could describe it was like, yeah, it's being corny. It's having just a childish humor. This is, and Mother introduces this in her way, and she really seeps the culture deep with motherly love. So, and again, that doesn't mean that men can't be men. Of course, we could be men, but every man, every woman, every child needs mother's love. Period. I highlighted this, that just the fact that it was started in Tokyo, Japan, the first Women's Federation event. I think it's significant. You know, Japan is the mother nation, and I think has more significance than we come to realize today. But even with all the persecution in Japan, that comes with an amazing breakthrough on the other side. And so if the only reason why our government would oppose us is because we're a threat, because we're growing, and they're afraid of what might happen if we continue to grow. So we need to really understand the culture that the family culture that we're supposed to make. And then Japan can be God's champion for mothers around the world. Her mother says, my speech that day provided a compass to guide humankind out of the world of war, violence, and conflict, and into the ideal of one human family led by men and women in harmony, overflowing with love and peace. I come back to this word of overflowing. That's how we restore the world. A lot of times we go out to battle and fight Satan. Okay, we did that in the 70s. We fought Satan. You know, communism was debunked and just collapsed after 70 years. Next will be North Korea, and all this time will just collapse. But the task today is to overflow with love. That you and I, this community has so much love in our hearts, so much laughter and joy and tears, that we're just overflowing into the streets, into wherever we interact with people, that they will come. And, you know, even funny, last Sunday, I'm just saying it, like we had guests come, and did I do outreach? Did I go outreaching to people and witness to them? You know, I mean, I didn't, but what happened was people just felt they wanted to bring people in here because there's love overflowing. You know, if you're in the desert and you hear that there's a well just spewing out water somewhere, delicious, wonderful water, then you're just going to go there. You want to be there. And so that's what we have to do. And what the world needs is a mother's love, period. That's what the world wants. They don't really understand how to get it yet, but that's our job. So here's more political stuff here. Until now, neither men nor women have known the true value of womanhood. Yes, this is an obvious fact. I think the feminist movement has made progress and then kind of degenerated into what it is today. But what they're looking for is they're trying to find that true womanhood. And so I applaud their effort, but now we need Women's Federation and True Mother to be that example and also gain the support and partnership with men. I think this is important that that men can also let women lead a little bit. That the man can, let me take care of the kids, let me do the dishes, let me, do the laundry, so that the woman can go out and do what she needs to do. So that's what we need to have happen. But the men, just for you men out there, I mean, you don't have to do the laundry the same way women do. I take care of the kids my own way. I mean, I don't do it the women's way. So I think that's just the men's side. This is the very touch with which I long to embrace all of humankind as mother of the universe and mother of peace. So this is talking about a child that when they have a stomach ache, the mother just instinctually has this physical connection with children, and this is how mother wants to love all of us. And gosh, and again, it's very much in the physical world. This is we talk about the kingdom of heaven on earth, and then Father would always say, like, the man often represents heaven, women earth, and it's because of that connection to the children, that this physical connection to the children is this it's more than just a spiritual connection, it's a physical connection. And through our true mother, we can really be reborn. We can be physically reborn, and our health can be transformed. And it's funny because mother, her passion was nursing, and health. So if she hadn't become the mother of peace, then she would have been a nurse, serving people directly, in a good bedside manner, and just making people recover. And she said, everyone has sickness here and there, time to time, but she had to put that aside and be the mother of peace. But she didn't just cast it aside. I think mother has made health the center of her ministry, and so that's how she's able to continue to give us rebirth and renew our bodies in God's likeness and in harmony. So this is the point here. Health does not simply mean having a sturdy body. An original human being has mind and body united in harmony. So that's what the world needs right now. It's we're kind of have everyone siloed, and okay, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to work on that, but who's bringing it together with the vision for the whole body? And that's true parents, true mother. And I like this point here. We must take care of our health when we're healthy. There's a lot of preventative medicine, preventative practices keep us healthy. But often we forget this fact, and I'm one of them. But I'll tell you what, being here in Harlem and doing a lot of walking and exercise and sleeping well every night, I'm feeling a lot better, a lot more energy now. And so this is sometimes we have to change our environment. In fact, that's the only way we really change our environment first, and then naturally we can improve our health, spiritual health, et cetera, mental health. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Can you talk about this?
There it is. The famous and infamous bounce. Bounce Providence.
Yeah,
it's a catchy song. You can't.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Okay, brothers and sisters, let's take a few moments to share our reflections, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Yes, throwback. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good sharing. Vera, would you like to share with everybody? Vera, you're muted. Yeah.
Okay, here we are. So, one sentence that really stood out from Mother's memoir today, I would like to use as an opening remarks on a one-day workshop that we are preparing for here locally at the end of the 43-day witnessing period. And Mother says, her speech provided a compass to guide humankind out of the world of war, violence, and conflict into the ideal world of one human family, led by men and women. And you have to forgive me the last couple of words I didn't get, but I will go back to look it up. But those words, I think, are really a beautiful opening words for a workshop. Yeah, so that's my takeaway for today.
Thank you, Vera. Thanks a lot. Okay, brothers and sisters, before we begin our unison prayer, do we have any prayer requests? I'd like to ask everyone to please pray for John Wasson to get a job. Not just any job, but a job that he really likes and that it pays well. Please, everybody include this in your prayers because this is really important. You know, it's a very difficult situation to be out of work and you have a family to take care of. It's just very difficult. So let's everybody please pray for John Wasson to get a job as soon as possible, a good job. Right? Any other prayer requests?
I'm gonna ask. Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead, Mom. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna have this is a straight. We talk about Women's Federation for World Peace, and so we know Reverend Sally has been she worked how many years for Women's Federation for World Peace, and so she had just a wee bit accident, hurting after procedure at the hospital. She hurt her hand or wrist, I think. So let's pray that healing will come. Because when you get older, you don't want these injuries to be long. It's just some tendons you probably hurt, but let's offer prayer for her and her healing.
Okay, thank you. Joel?
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask for some prayers for Anthony. Actually, he's one of the senior directors for TAG that Reverend Stevens and I met the other day, so that God can open his heart so that we can actually bring the chess ministry to those kids, because they are really super amazing. They look vibrant, they look very well educated. So I want to bring this to them so that they can have another avenue that they can actually want to keep up what they're doing, to stay off drugs and stay away from the violence and have after school programs. So I just want God to open up a way so we can merge with them to do great things.
What's his name again, please?
Anthony.
What's his last name?
Oh, he never told me. I just got his first name.
Oh, from TAG, from that group.
From TAG, yeah. TAG.
Together something.
Teaching a generation.
Teaching a generation.
This organization is oddly very similar to YSP. They empower youth through business, politics, education, youth programs. They're mostly young adults. So if we can give them some Hyojung compass and guidance, I think that could do a lot of good.
Great, thank you. All right, brothers and sisters, let's begin our 7 minutes unison prayer. Shija, let's begin. Most beloved
Good
Heavenly
morning, Heavenly
Loving
Parent. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
true
Peter.
parents.
So much for
Heavenly Parent and true
this
parents, we're so
day.
grateful we can
Thank you,
gather
Heavenly
here and
Parents,
pray
For
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 John
first
Watson. We pray for
episode of
his
Loving
job,
Heavenly
23
Parent,
for
First,
God
I'd
for the
like to
and
thank
job
this
you,
that
morning
Father,
he
for
got
devotion.
such a
to
wake
do.
up
both
this
Shepherd
morning.
Joy
and
at the
Heavenly
same
Centering
time.
on
He can
the
make
good
enough
morning.
money
family,
for the
Taking our
taking care of
offering,
his
Parent.
all
family.
come
Father,
together
Family.
and
Father,
offer
Oh,
this
what a
I want to
beautiful
thank
Heavenly
you
morning.
thank you
for
for
prayer
meeting
in
the
Angelica,
between the time
her
What a
our
double
beautiful
service
day.
for the
mother
country and the
restoration
world.
out to take
uh,
of the
first
United
Heard them
is
all
States,
do
free. We are
and
trying
now
to prepare
needing
your
to
heart
heal
Father,
all
that
her
for
completes
the
every
risks.
Christian
we are
Memorial
Trying
Father,
Day
start
of
my
the
day
True
fresh.
Fathers of
The
Him.
world
coming
and
up
because
with
you're
heal
the
If
Lord.
there's
well,
John
Father,
a
his
Watson
father,
mother,
needs
Thank
to
you,
another
and
find
mother,
day
Father,
Father,
free
everyone
because
here,
he is
Christian
old,
on all that
Father.
comes with
I'd like
I
to
it.
say,
ask
Father,
Taking
for
risks
the
is very, very
fun
important.
apply
Very
this
the
some
Lord
important
of
work
to
Second
take
together
care
this
Advent
family.
morning.
You
We
want us
especially
just
for
to
pray for
and the
Here
provision.
also,
daughter
watch your
And
parents,
to
your
have
mothers,
being
Shepherd
here,
help the
mother
and
to
advisor of
mother
welcome
TAG,
back.
as a
teaching
victorious parent.
generation.
crashing down
We are
on
all young
Thank
Anthony,
you.
that both
King,
pray for
Paul
open up
and
we are new
Neil
era
Hart
mind,
can work together with
rebirth,
TAG
a
and
new era
Anthony
know
of
that
a
Guide
to
uh,
apply
pray for
the
that we need
ideal,
you.
original
compass
Just your promise that you'll
liberation,
supply all our
our
needs.
to
thinking,
the organization,
our
free from
the
these
people,
perception,
pray
As
for
your
the
children, we
ignorance,
have
the
the right
areas
and
of
we
life,
can
understanding.
understanding
family,
Yeah, that will know you.
community,
humble,
because
true
your
mother,
tribal, Father,
ability
or
to
The
government,
that
barrier
begotten
between your
daughter,
heart and
any
that to
respond as a
show
parent.
mix of sports, Father.
we don't live
We thank you,
in
Father,
the age
for
of
a chance to
We
come
pray
together
this
here,
morning
Father, for
for
7
coming
minutes.
of heaven.
Listen, to
Live
have
they have the
before
same
the
brothers and
purpose.
fall,
sisters
before
joining
the
together.
as
Just
our
we
green.
raising our voices to you, Heavenly
wall
Parent. And
where we
All
all
agreeing.
read
put
our
away
hearts.
all
Every
old skin,
milestone.
And any thought
really
personally, I want to
and
thank
to
you for
have
True
the
Mother
truth of a
in
begotten daughter.
the scene at
And we
this
can
time
be
Transformation,
in
grateful to you
60
that we
burning
are
with the
one
before
blessing,
family
that,
here
and marrying
as
True
we are
Father,
morning devotion.
accepting
love,
the challenge of
divine
second
and God,
Scott,
living
for
the
her
power,
life
about
of
that.
the true mother,
Lord God, given
mother
purpose,
Come to her.
the heart
As
has
contributing to a world
spiritual,
the
For
place that true mother also
Steve
psychological
mentioned
Williams,
health,
the place
Father.
that you
crashing
wanted to
down
William
go
Williams.
Nursing
to.
student, she wanted to
and
serve the
Place that
world.
you
seeing
I'm
more and
sure
more
you
how
prepared her for that.
Graced by
mother
you and
Even
protected.
home
change
in a way,
and
Father, she is
see that the
out of
mother
it mere
encompassing
see that
more
HDLC
than just
Gave
responsibility
her
mother
reaching
mother
these goals.
grateful
concerned about the health
morning
of the
devotion
individual,
Go
the
to
family,
and
society, the
every
nation, the
city,
world,
that
of
Father,
our
in the
community.
mind
your
people
of
in the
power,
spirit
heaven,
world.
mind of
continue
true
on.
mother
Pray for them.
is the place where true
Pray for him,
mother
anoint
That
You
you
him,
can
ask
be
her
with
with
them
so huge,
everything true mother
support him,
can
God,
faithfully
throw
to the
them
best
doing
of
that
other
every
than
step of the way, Father,
the
inspired
that
directly by you.
that
I want to pray
Grateful
for
for True
that
Mother,
faith leadership,
the leaders at this time.
that
this
we are
organized we
sure
are.
We
dispensing
need the father
we
and
are
the mother
here that
together.
because
Let's forget
The
we are
harmony,
true
the
mother
dance, Father.
mother's
Pastor
legacy
Ramos
the
just
family
to
church here in New
being
York City.
loving on
A
that
slow
we
walk,
are
so it bounce, Father.
that
And all
we
our brothers and
our
empowering
sisters.
It all has to running
stand
in
up for
sync.
themselves.
Joy, good health.
I want to thank you for the whole idea also of health.
Good health is
True
so
Father came
necessary.
as a doctor,
Do
and
that.
True
With the
Mother
spread of word.
is a firefighter as well.
Begin to pray
There's
for
work
So
to be
True Mother
done.
came as a nurse
specific
in the
prayer
United
requests
States of
today.
America.
Boston,
By your providence, you really
Parent.
uphold
can
the
come in
power in
here
the
on morning
spirit,
devotion every day.
Pray for
the
my wife,
hierarchy on the
Mary
earth,
Green.
He's in need of power.
with
Power. We're asking for a
Dr.
miracle.
Pray that you can
Rita and Edna and
And
Jude, Father, with
provide
vitalize every
jobs,
cell
Phyllis,
in her body.
Young,
and
all the brothers and sisters who are in and out,
Healthy and strong.
Sayaka-san
She
and the
can
two
align with your
children,
will.
and
regain her
especially
mobility. All
every
Businesses,
one
can
of them
and
regain
employers,
our
really
mobility.
moved the
hires.
soul of the United States
They
of
may not
America.
even know why, but
Every chinchon and
Thank you
monsoon
from my heart for them,
to the
especially
parent.
Melhan's
brings so much value.
amazingly mature
And
Beyond
leadership.
just
of darkness
I could have
deeply
ever
hope hold
spiritual
upon us.
I
going
at
out
his
to
age,
witness
we
to
don't have
their
to
We're
our
breaking
Father,
teaching
faith.
us parents
help
amen,
our
beyond what
generation
I'm
in
able
the
to
but
do.
so
those
they can find
are
them
only
and bring
Thank
them
you
in.
also for
Alignment.
the
I pray
highlighting
for
we
of
our
have
opportunities
solutions.
graduates,
selling
to
children
be
in
We
our
planted
are
by
schools.
City
I
us.
pray that
encourage
the
to
gender
ideal will
advance
do
rest
your will
through
and our
youth
good
In the
news
doing
role
the
of
spread
incredible work of God.
international
further
medical
anyone
and
center. So we
operating
have
have
it
Lord,
all in the
a
medical
further
center
blessed
here,
Father,
family.
but the
don't
international
want to
aspect of
leave
our
this
life
Support
world
them,
without
bless
much
them.
streets
fulfilling our
guide
idea.
portions of
Pray that the
Father,
responsibility.
family
schools
parents,
It
I pray that
implies,
the
Father, that
people
the
spirits
stay
it's in
doctors
your will
For
and your
working the
direction,
local
Father.
pray that we can bring
endowment
the
can
Father,
kids
actually
where
go
they
individually,
out to the
praying
world
Father,
we
that's
pray,
help,
move
Heavenly
in our
especially
Father,
those
great
that
countries
the
spirit
work
we
that
can
she's
where
fulfill
there
doing
and
is no
bring
for
them
medical
to
this
their
time.
help,
And yes,
inheritance.
or
sometimes
there,
Pray
if
for the
anybody wants
rising
to
and
of the
call
Father,
sick
sun.
Lord, I pray for
sometimes,
the
and
God,
it
spirit
comes
of
to
let us
Father
move
blood
As
our
the
pressure
sun
prayers
and
the
health
rises,
governor
issues,
will
amazing
cause
people
we
them
here
just
receive
died
that
of
have
great
the
vision.
pray
love
all
and
my brothers,
affection
that
to
ball of
do.
in Africa,
Have
Father.
dormant
Thank you,
place,
Father,
Father,
for
so that we
all
can
of us is
freely,
Continue
in
to
Father,
radiate,
live by
silent,
grace
rich
brighten
and
as
moments,
Father,
beautiful as the
Father,
sun.
to go
awesome
around, Father,
Stevens,
and
Margaret,
spread
Continue
the
to
word
Heavenly
be
Father,
your
with
love and your
on
heart
the
and your
you
leading.
and
workshop,
with
created
the
our
the
ladies,
entire
the
world
brothers,
family,
because
our
of
the
sons and
sons, the
daughters.
As
Hellers,
they say,
the
thank you,
life
leading,
given
Father.
Papias,
All of
us.
Son of
us.
Parents, I know
Orange,
that when you see these
Can
Cynthians,
youth
say
Pam
that
Louise,
Homosexuality,
with
the
Everyone
their
has
parents'
Thomases,
love, I know
the
that
feel
you
our
will really be
hearts.
Johansons,
unstoppable.
Father,
hearts
the
It can
Catos,
be an
that we
explosion
again, Father,
of
make
truth
the
and
Good
love
examples,
Papas,
really
good
like
role
the
proud
models,
for
Toscas,
that
getting
past
the real
encompasses
the
education
way
that
of
us.
they
life,
need
Father.
pray
to
for
lead
Lead
us
us,
so
Father.
that
We
and
can
I
Herbos,
just
open
want
up
to
our
be
hearts
surrounded by
they
the
can
truth
be a
and
Lisa
guiding
love.
light
family,
for
Father,
come, Father. Let us be
Thompson,
Is
some of the
all.
the
Spencer
show
family,
them
thank you, Father, for
the,
the
true
beautiful words that
parents,
have been
Let the
education,
Wells
sun
family,
shine.
as
people,
well
guidance,
as Father,
to hear our hearts,
Shine
Father,
before a
the
dark
and we
really
world.
can
respond
Seca
to them, Father.
family,
watch what they're
So we
doing
can
everyone
give
Gay
light,
family,
With your love,
Tillman
politics and
family,
give
business.
light to the
Triller,
world.
We
and we
can
can
also
family,
have
White
eternal
have the
family,
I think
attitude
I had
Moore,
such a teaching
Dr.
experience.
Owl
eternal
family,
marriage,
I was engaged in my
maybe
family
Quincy
member.
will, I'm not sure.
pray that I might
In
Anyway,
one
continue
room, I
sense
felt
of
so much love.
to
this is
bless
our
so
others,
task.
pray
And
for
it's
Brothers
give
and
yourself
Michael's
sisters,
strength
family
to
just
me,
so
also,
much
Father.
for us.
Empower me
and
over, Father,
everywhere and
We take it one
every
step at a
make
time.
the
in the
connection to
world,
your
Father.
hold
We
of
And we
live
them,
know
this
that heaven is
one
working
of
for
them,
us.
and
power
embrace
We
them.
create the
pray
space,
that,
the
Father,
spiritual
you
center.
give my mother
So I
also
pray,
the
all her
lecture
oh
illness
God,
to
that
go away,
you
is
Heavenly
starting
Father. I
tonight.
pray, Father,
can
Again,
for
be with
offering
our
to you,
president.
Father.
family,
Somehow
Father,
we
Reverend
gotta get
Johann
this
Stevens,
going,
Until
Father.
the
wife
We
only
thank you
who
again
lost
also for the
mother,
great
music,
Father,
generation
Here,
for
family,
world
Father,
peace
that they could be
Dr.
blessed,
of
Sound,
Brownstone,
America.
music
St.
coming
Tina
up,
Also
and his
the
family could be blessed,
continental
arts
direction.
and letters,
Beako Heller,
for
and
sport.
you. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. Pastor Milhan, we have a special musical offering today.
yes. Yumiko-san, do you want to introduce the musical offering?
Yeah, this is a choir. Robert and Mariko-san and me singing. This Sister Saki is a Spanish song. Last time we sing, but yeah, we are recording again and to make video. No music.
Aunque mis ojos no te pueden ver, puedo sentir que tú estás aquí. Aunque mis manos no pueden tocar tu rostro, Señor, sé que estás aquí. Oh,
Mi corazón puede sentir tu presencia. Tú estás aquí. Puedo sentir tu majestad.
bueno sentir que estás aquí, aunque mis manos no pueden tocar tu rostro, Señor, sé que estás aquí.
Mi corazón puede sentir tu presencia. Tú estás aquí, puedo sentir tu majestad. Tú estás aquí.
Yay. Yeah, tú estás aquí means you are here. This is referring to God. So, okay, thank you all so much for joining today. God bless you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. God bless,
Have
guys.
a nice
great
day.
Thank you. Have a great
See you tomorrow. Thank
day.
you. God bless.
Take